Why would we want to go back to a place that we've already been? Hey everybody, welcome back to No Ordinary Path. My name is John, and I am a travel nurse who goes around the United States. I'm fortunate enough to take my entire family with me, my wife, 3 kids, and our dog, and we live in Windy, which is our 37-foot travel trailer. Today is what we call a Real Talk Tuesday, which is where we kind of bring like tips and advice and things that we have learned along our journey. And specifically, this is one of my favorites because it is a travel nurse takeover where I focus on things that have to do with travel nursing in general. We are going to be heading back to Phoenix, Arizona, specifically a suburb called Surprise, for a contract at Banner Del Webb Hospital. Now, we're going back there as a fallback because we were hoping for a contract in Hawaii and it just didn't work out. Nevertheless, we are super excited to go back to Phoenix. I always like to say, as a travel nurse, it is my responsibility to put my absolute very best face forward. You know, I want to do the best that I can for the hospital, for the patients, for the staff that I work with, for my agency and myself, because it reflects on me and everyone else that I work with, right? Because of that and the relationship that I established at this hospital, we were able to get a contract. If you're curious about what I mean in terms of how to be a great travel nurse, I actually made a video all about it and you can check it out up here. Because I follow all those things and I do try to be the best that I can, we were able to get this contract. It was not initially a posted one. I called up my travel agency and said, hey, do you see anything? They said no. So I was able to reach out to some friends and acquaintances that I made while I was there, still had Facebook contacts, sent them a few text messages, said, I would love to come back. Is there anything open? They said, we would love to have you if we can. Let's work it out. And sure enough, we were able to do so. Took about 2 weeks total, and here we are. Now the contract is signed and we will be heading there in less than a week. I'm super excited. With that, you might be wondering, why would, if I'm calling and setting up a contract, why would I still continue to work with the agency? I feel like it's a logical question, and there are some people that do kind of cut out the middleman that is the recruiting agency. It is possible to kind of negotiate your own contracts. It's not something I feel like is good for me and my family right now. Maybe someday, I don't know. It feels like there'd be a lot of hard negotiations. Obviously, the pay would be beneficial, but I feel like I would lose a lot of benefits that I do get while working with an agency. For example, I have a fantastic relationship with my recruiter. I have a fantastic relationship with the staffing agency as a whole. I feel like they totally have my back. I'm fortunate to work with Atlas Med staff, and Natasha Sage is my recruiter. And if you're looking for a good one, reach out to me because I would love to put you in contact with her. She is fantastic. And like just the benefits that I get from the travel agency that I work with, like some of the not health insurance, but like vision and dental and 401ks and those kind of things. You lose out on all that stuff. And frankly, I don't just want to spend the time negotiating. That just does not sound fun to me. Why would we want to go back to a place that we've already been? We've already had a few people that have asked us this question. When you look at the map that we have, you'll see that there is a large portion of the United States that is still untouched. We have the south, parts of the upper east of the country to still see. But there is some beauty in going back to a place that is familiar, that you have been to before. And that's one of the other things I wanted to really talk about on this video. So I'm bringing you 4 reasons or tips, if you want to call them, on why this is a good thing. Number 1, there's not upfront confusion. I know exactly where to roll into. I know where all the fresh water is that's free. I know where all the dumps are that I can go to. I know the best boondocking sites, and we're going to be doing a lot of boondocking in this contract, just like we did last time. So, number 1, I know where everything is. There's no settling in. And speaking of settling in, if you're curious and new to a place, we actually made a video about that too, called How to Settle Into a New Assignment. Check it out up here. Some great tips. Funny enough, we actually made that video in the location that we're going to, so you should check it out. It's pretty fun. Number 2, sites to return to, and I'm meaning like things to go see, right? I know things that I have seen that I don't need to go see again, but there's also some places that we were able to go to, but didn't get to explore it as thoroughly as we would like to. Which leads right into tip number 3, what we missed. There was certainly some things like Sedona.
We were scheduled to go to the Grand Canyon, and there was like a snowstorm happening, and it was very cold temperatures, and our heater wasn't working. So we were supposed to go to Sedona, and then it snowed in Sedona, and we weren't able to go to Sedona, which we're super bummed
All because
now
of this heat
we're going
issue.
to miss Sedona. We
We're
don't have
bummed about
time to
that.
see Sedona.
We barely touched the Grand Canyon. I'm excited to go back to that. There's just always a ton of stuff, even though we spend time in a place for like 3 months at a time. It seems like there's just not enough of it to go see everything that you want to. And number 4, people to connect to, some new people to meet. I know Kristen is super excited to get back to Lifetime Fitness with her like dance crew that she had. She's stoked about that. There's an awesome meetup that's going to be coming almost right as we roll into town, and we're definitely going to have a video about that. So just the people to reconnect to, new friends to make, and old friends to see again. All of this comes down to the fact that the biggest thing about returning to a place that you've already been is the fact that you can hit the ground running. It's not about taking the time to find everything and figuring out what you want to go see. It's basically hit the ground, know where it's all at, and I've got time to not have to figure that out. I've got time to go explore. We just want to encourage you to be okay with taking a contract that you have in the past. This is contract number 6 for us. We don't want you to have fear in terms of missing out on something, to not feel guilty because you're not going to a new place. There is beauty in going back and returning to something that you do know well and being able to see some things that you may have missed last time. And before all of that, making sure that you establish that excellent rapport with the hospital first, so that in the future, if you are trying to go for an awesome contract in some exotic place that just doesn't work out for you at that time, don't give up on it. It may still happen for you in the future, and you should still chase it. But having that rapport established at some other place that can be a great fallback that you know you're still not going to be disappointed in, but is still there for you, is what this is all about. That's what travel nursing is in its beauty. If I can't go here, I still have this place that I know I can get into because I had a great relationship, and there's always great things to explore in that area. Thanks again for joining us. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Please leave a comment below. Reach out to us if you have questions. We love getting that kind of stuff from people. Hit the bell for notifications, hit the thumbs up, and most importantly, subscribe. We would love to see you back. We continue to put out more Real Talk Tuesdays where we bring you awesome tips and advice and things and crazy stories that happen to us along the way. And then every Sunday we turn out an episode which is just mainly about our journey and the cool things that our family's getting to do in this opportunity that we have to live this life. So thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you out there.